Welcome, brothers and sisters, to the Smartsistah show. And this is my Hump Day Healing video. And we are continuing our discussion about intergenerational trauma. Now, if you followed so far, you have a pretty clear understanding. But if you're just now tuning in, intergenerational trauma is the trauma that has been passed down through the generations of our people due to our treatment in chattel slavery. Okay, and as I've said before, some of us don't even want to deal with it. We can't handle it emotionally, so that's why you have so many coons today and in the past that would rather deal with their oppressor and feel safer that way than to deal with their own emotional pain and deal with their own fears of where they are in society and what could happen to them. And unfortunately, that is still happening today. That's why we have so many coons in the coon train, where these folks have, first of all, not ever admitted the trauma that we have been through as a people, but then also they feel they rather join their oppressor than to deal with life in general. Okay, so this week, right now, I'm dealing, what are the symptoms of intergenerational trauma? And so today's symptom is low self-esteem. Now, this symptom, I believe, is the one that has done so much damage and is what we're still suffering from today, to a point that so many of us have just given up, or feel, or like I said, the coping mechanism is to act like there's nothing wrong, and what are you talking about, and we're a part of American society, and what are you saying, and you're just stuck on the past. You know, if I hear one more black person say, well, this is 2021, and as if our problems have stopped, as if we're not still at the bottom of everything, as if things have changed that much. And I'm not claiming a victim mentality. Trust and believe that is not how I feel. But what I am talking about is being realistic. Now, one thing about self-esteem, your self-esteem is based upon your belief in who you are and what your worth is. And that is based on your family, how you've been treated, your friends, your co-workers, people at your church. Everybody in your life pretty much has had somewhat of an impact on your self-esteem, positively or negatively. And what you take in and what you believe about yourself is what your self-esteem is. So basically, many of us have come from, all of our families have put the fun in dysfunction in a lot of ways. Okay, and a lot of our parents, siblings, cousins, whoever, aunties, we've all suffered from intergenerational trauma. It has been passed down through the centuries. So very few of us have gotten the mental health and therapy needed to deal with a lot of the things that we've dealt with. A lot of people say, oh, we beat our children too much. There's too much discipline. Other people feel like, well, that's why so many of y'all need to grow is on drugs and blah, blah, blah. You know, all of the things that we've been through and we've talked about before. It's a wonder any of us are still here and any of us are still sane, because the mental abuse that we've had to deal with all this time would make anybody crazy. Okay, and the fact that we've had put such a stigma on mental health and on getting therapy, that's part of the problem as well. So self-esteem, like I said, let's just talk. I'm gonna just break it down to what I see the problem is with a lot of us. Now, Another in an earlier video, I talked about our inability to trust each other. Well, I think when you put that in conjunction with having low self-esteem, you act like you got it all together when you really don't. You don't feel that you are respected. You don't feel that your opinions are heard. You don't feel that you're worthy of anything. So I'll just drink the best alcohol there is. Yeah, I'm gonna get that's why we made Hennessy rich, Ciroc, all this alcohol. Y'all already know that's a cultural thing that girl, you go to the club, you get your drink on, or like we say, getting your drink on the weekend. It's like we are always looking somewhat for escapes because of the trauma that we've gone through, but also dealing with everyday life situations, dealing with your racism at your job, dealing with dysfunctional relationships, be it with a mate or other family members or whatever. All that is coming in. And then when you think about our children have been put in a educational system that is run by our oppressor. And as Malcolm X said, only a fool will let their children be taught by their oppressor. So that's already there too. You already know about the brown eye, blue eye test that Jane Elliott did many moons ago, but when she does it today, it still has the same effect. Black children at a very young age, as low as 3 to 5, know that they are at the bottom. They feel less than. Think about the white doll and the black doll. Which doll is the dumb doll? The black one. Which doll is the ugly doll? The black one. Which one is the bad doll? Most of the time, black children always pick the black doll. Okay, there are a few that don't, thank God. But that lets you know how much a society has already put in their little brains that they are less than. And I'm kind of like Paul Mooney when he said, we just asking the wrong question. Who's the serial killer doll? Okay, so it's all how you look at stuff, but still, the bottom line is that our children at a very early age have already learned that society thinks less of them and that something is wrong with them. Okay, so if we already had that little thing in our brain already, okay, then now we grow up to be adults. And what happens? A lot of that is still there. So what do we do a lot of times? Oftentimes, we got to drink the best, drive the best, wear the best. You got folks with red bottom shoes, and they don't even have that much in their bank account, the cost of the shoes. See, that's what I'm talking. That's low self-esteem. And I already can see some people's head going and get ready to get an attitude. But let's face it, people, a lot of black people's self-esteem, they wear, they drive, they are doing things to impress other people, because see, their self-esteem is based on what other people think of them, and then they take that in and internalize it. How in the hell are you going to get your nails did, your hair did, a weave, got your purse? I'm going to give me a little Coach or a little something, or Hermes. Some of y'all going out getting $10,000 purses, working your ass off to save enough money to get a purse, when you're not even thinking about investments, your house, things of that nature. Okay, your self-esteem is based on what you have, what you're wearing, what you can afford, and you really can't afford it, because what the hell do you need a $10,000 purse for and you don't have $10,000 in the wallet? Wallet got dust and lint like a bug, but you got a $10,000 purse you can walk around with and feel like you're important. And see, that's the other thing with a lot of our problems with organizing or trying to get together and unite the way we should is based on all these people with low self-esteem that want to come in and drag everything you say and do. They don't have any ideas, but they will drag you to the end. Okay, I've been a part of too many organizations. Like, if I didn't think of it, then it's not worth anything. That's low self-esteem. Low self-esteem are these women calling Kevin Samuels and he talking about him like a dog. Okay, but they can't take the criticism. And getting the attitude or whatever. Well, first of all, if you had high self-esteem, you wouldn't be calling the show. Number two, you can't take criticism when you got low self-esteem. So I wonder how much criticism can old boy take. Okay, that's my point. It doesn't matter your socioeconomic place in the world or whatever your status is. We all can have low self-esteem. And some of the people giving out the most criticism, some of the people that are so critical and negative or whatever and always boosting themselves up and talking about themselves, they have worse self-esteem than anybody, because that's how they protect themselves, by dissing everybody else. When you have high self-esteem, you live in reality. Okay? You understand who you are. You understand your talents and what you have to offer, and you value it. You understand that you are respectful in order to get respect. Okay, you don't fly off the handle, irritable, crazy. Every little thing knocks you off your square because you don't like yourself, basically. So then, therefore, anytime somebody says something, even if it's constructive criticism, you can't handle it because, you're doo-doo, I'm the shit. Okay, and I don't know. See, some of those people are the worst ones because they are so sensitive and they're so caught up that they can't see reality. They can't see what's going on. I'm a big girl. I'm not gonna try to fit and squeeze my fat ass in something I ain't got no business. Okay. That's some low self-esteem, because in reality, I'm not seeing my size, so I'm going to, be whatever it is, delusion I got in my brain. I'm going to dress like that. Okay? Delusional. Being delusional about stuff. Not being able to see yourself in reality and still love yourself. And still think that you have something to offer, and still you're able to work with other people and do things. We got it bad with who gonna be the HNIC. Okay, head nigga in charge, for y'all younger folks that don't know. Okay, you're gonna have a problem. Okay, you got to be the one. You've got to be the one seen. You've got to be the one running stuff. And you may or may not have the skill set. But a lot of us, we cannot, like I said, deal in reality and understand that we are worthy. You are more than that weave on your head or your nails or, getting did. And what is it with all these long dagger nails out now? I don't know. But anyway, it's a style. I know I'm getting old. But that's what I'm talking about. Things like that, when you're healthy and you love you and you're grounded and you're looking at life in a real way, then you understand what your talents are. You understand what your weaknesses are. So you don't have to fight with nobody. You don't have to go all off the deep end. You already know what you're good at, something maybe you're not so good at. But then you can work with other people and pull it together and get it done. But like I said, so many of us don't have the self-esteem. When you think about how slavery made you feel that you were nothing, that you had no value, you were killed at the drop of a hat, you were sold at the drop of a hat, and most of us were broken by that. And we all have some of that in us, no matter what. I fight it constantly, dealing with understanding who I am and what talents I have, regardless of what the world says, regardless of what a family or a friend may say. Yes, I have enough self-esteem to listen and to be able to accept it or reject it without losing it. But by the same token, you know, it's something that you have to constantly deal with, because we have not been brought up in a healthy situation. Even if our family has been as healthy and has tried to help us as much as they could to prepare us, which most of our families did, you still have to step out that door, go into the world, and we already know the world says you're not worthy. You're not protected by the same thing. You're not valued the same way. You know, yeah, maybe if you're an entertainer or an athlete, or maybe at work, but most of y'all know, even at work, they use us to train everybody, but won't give us the promotion. Okay, there's always something going on. They know we can get it done, but then they never want to give you the praise for it. That's why they're not going to give you reparations, because they don't give a damn enough about you to give you anything. Okay? So that's not to say that we don't deserve it. That's not to say that it's a lot that we bring to the table. But the thing is, we have got to start seeing our own worth as a people, individually, and then as a people, to know what impact we can have. And that's across the board, be it financially, be it politically, be it any of those things that help this country to run and function. We're a part of, and that we've got to start understanding more what that means. What is our self-esteem as a people even? Okay, once we start fixing it on an individual level, and once again, I will say we all need therapy. We all need to go see somebody. Many of us, like I said, family is the first people that are in your life that can instill good or bad views of yourself. You know, you could still, as I'm 60 years old, could still hear something that somebody said to me when I was 5, and it stuck, and it's still there. And it's that little voice. You know how all of us, you got that little bitty little voice sometimes that you hear. You can't do that. What are you talking about? You really think you're going to be successful? Y'all know that little voice? We all have it. Now, either you can say, hey, get out my head. That's what I've learned to do. Get out my head. You can't tell me what to do. I'm going to do what I got to do. Okay? But it takes even a lot to get to that point where that little voice can be shut down. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to love yourself. I used to couldn't even look in the mirror and say I love myself to myself. That's how rough that was. And a lot of us are there. That's why you got the one friend or something that's always trying to one up you. You ever had a friend like that? You know, you buy this, they buy it, and then some. You say, I ate a boo-boo sandwich the other day. Well, I had two. Y'all know the people that always got to one-up you all the time. Always got to come up with something better. Or I got a better car. Or my man look better than yours. And all that nonsense because they have low self-esteem. They think they don't because of what they buy or what they do or whatever, but they do, because that's just a defense mechanism. Okay, so you really need to go and learn some more about what self-esteem is, and really go inside yourself and look at yourself. Figure out, what are your fears? What are the things that you do like about yourself? What are some of your weaknesses? And we all have them. So it's not to say, to have a healthy self-esteem, you got to be Mr. or Mrs. Perfect, and you have to this, and you have to have that. And no, it's about being healthy mentally and emotionally, that you can deal with yourself and you can deal with other people without flying off the handle, where you can still feel good about yourself without buying anything, without being seen with certain folks, without trying to run up behind your oppressor to get their acceptance. That's what a coon is. A coon will sell his mama to get some acceptance from white folks. And too many of us still do that. We want to be accepted by the oppressor. We want our hair to be accepted. We want our swag to be accepted. And it is, because white folks make more money off of it than we do. But ask yourself, step back and look at yourself for real. Be realistic about who you are and what you want to do. And if it's not about coming together with other like-minded black folks for us to build and get justice and freedom for our folks, you ain't about shit. I'm just gonna say it. Okay, go on, do you. Go on, do your thing. But your self-esteem is gonna get hit hard, and especially in the situation we in with the pandemic and everything else. Everybody is questioning themselves. See, white folks are finally starting to see how they really are. Okay, we've been talking about it and dealing with it and having to adjust and try to stay mentally healthy. They are just now seeing some of the cruelty, the inhumanity, all the garbage. Okay, all the garbage, and it's hitting them hard. And y'all already know they can't take what we can take. Let's be honest. And I'm just going to keep that all the way 100. So now they flipping all out and crazy and critical race theory and oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And they're quitting their jobs and all this stuff because they can't take it. Because they're finally seeing how this system is going. And it's not including them either. So thank you guys. I hope you're getting something out of this. But yes, we as a people are really going to have to take a cold hard look at ourselves and our self-esteem and what we can do to become healthy so we can work together, so we can unite. Because if you own whole nother page and feeling less than, you cannot respect and work with your people for us to build a new nation within a nation. Okay, so thank you once again. Please go to the page and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get notified of all this. I'm going to do a whole series. Like right now, I'm breaking down all the symptoms. We got to see the stuff that is happening in our community in order to fix it. Like they say, you can't fix what you can't even acknowledge. Okay? And that is the last final key. I truly believe in us being the strong people that we are and being even stronger. So like I said, hit the notification bell, get the series, pass it on to friends. Do whatever it's going to take for you to get healthy, people. Because what else? Like I said, we all we got. As the rappers say, we all we got. We've got to do this because these are going ready to be even harder times. So take care, and I will see y'all next week.